In this video, I cover 5 reasons why you can't find a product to sell on Amazon. So let's get started. The first reason, you're here on the Amazon marketplace, and what you're doing is when you first start, you have an idea yourself about what you want to sell. And then you do a little bit of research, and then what you find is your own idea that you were bringing to the table is not appropriate for selling on Amazon. Hence, what is the solution here? You have to do your analysis and you have to have set criteria in terms of what you're actually launching. You can't just launch anything on Amazon and expect to make money. Now, your idea may be a good one. However, if the data does not support your idea, then don't bother with it. You can always come back to your idea in future if you want to create your own website and kind of find a market or create a brand new market. But now is not the time to innovate. Now is not the time to reinvent the wheel. The second reason is most products aren't suitable for Amazon FBA. So let me show you an example here. You can see here some baby products, and this is in the Amazon bestsellers for this particular niche. Now, a lot of these products are not appropriate for you to sell. For example, I've got a listing here that's just batteries. Now, you might think it's a perfectly fine product, but for many reasons, it's inappropriate. First of all, if a product's already branded, a lot of the time on Amazon, you're not allowed to sell it anyway. And even if you were, you're competing with many other sellers who are offering this same product. You can see that there's 34 different sellers offering this product. And furthermore, any price point that's very cheap, like kind of £7, £6, £5 or lower, how are you going to make enough profit on that to actually create an income? So there's really no point going after a lot of products. And this is a common mistake beginners make. So what is the third reason? The third reason is this. If you're using product research software, for example, Helium 10, and this is their black box, what you might want to do is type into your criteria, baby products, let's say it's a niche you're interested in, monthly revenue 5,000 or over. You only want products doing at least 5,000 in revenue, which is fine, nothing wrong with that. You don't want it to be too competitive, so review count, maximum 5, and you want it to be a smallish product so it's easy for you to kind of ship and get started selling. But this is the problem. When we do a search for that, 8 products are found. And a lot of these look the same in terms of these potty training pants and bibs. And that's all there is, literally. It's just bibs and pants on this entire page. So not really a lot to choose from. Now, because a lot of other sellers are using the same software, they're very likely to come across the exact same products. So what is the mistake people make? They are too filtered in terms of when it comes to the research. You need to be a little bit more broad with your search. For example, if a brand new product that's doing really well right off the bat and would be a good one for you to sell as well as a private label seller, what if it got to 6 reviews? Well, then immediately you won't see it here. So you need to broaden this out. I would suggest go way higher, like something like 25 or even 55 review count here, and make some of the other search criteria a little bit more broad. And then when you click the search, you'll see it will open up the search. Now, that's not actually made a massive amount of difference, but we could even, for example, lower this. We can change the size as well in terms of shipping size, and then slowly it opens up the search. However, remember, this is not the only way to search. It's just one method. The fourth reason you might be struggling to find a product to sell on Amazon is this. So I've just done a random search here for a coffee cup, and you can see here on the Chrome extension, the sales graph, revenue, and you'll be able to see the number of reviews. But let's say for argument's sake, we were seeing lots of revenue, but very little in terms of reviews. Yes, that would be a really good product, but the problem is over analysis. One thing you have to understand is there's no perfect product to sell on Amazon. In fact, a perfect product will get you into trouble. And let me show you exactly how that would work. Let's say for argument's sake, this niche, we had 3 sellers at the top and they were all doing 10,000 in revenue, and there were very few sellers because it's a kind of brand new niche. It's a product nobody's really heard of before. It's kind of trending at the moment in the last couple of months. Let's see what happens then, because those sellers that are doing 5,000 or 6,000 in revenue plus, they may only have 5 reviews or even less. But let's see what happens. Let's say this whole box represents the entire niche, and those 3 sellers are doing really well. And let's say the entire niche in terms of search demand, the actual revenue for the entire niche, let's say it was 25,000. That's the entire revenue of the niche at the moment, given the search demand on amazon.co.uk. That's the maximum limit. A couple of sellers are already doing well. So we've already got those 3, and then you come in as a new seller. So you come in and you start selling your product. And you start doing well. You start getting to 2, 3, 4,000 in revenue. And you think, wow, this is a really good niche. It's a great product I have. I did my research really well, which is all correct. However, the problem is because the niche is so small, because you were trying to go for that perfect product that was very, very low competition, very, very high demand, or seemingly so. What happens now is a couple of other people spot your listing and the others on the same product research software. So they may come in. And the problem is it only takes 1 or 2 more sellers, and then suddenly you've got, 6 to 8, maybe 10 to 12 sellers all competing for the same revenue figure. And then suddenly your sales might go from, 4K all the way down to 1K, and then it may even get worse if other people flood the market. Now, how can you avoid this? Well, what you have to be very careful of is, as I said, going after that perfect product. Rather, keep things broad in terms of your search. Keep things medium in terms of demand and medium in terms of competition. You want niches that have been stable for many, 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 many years previously. That's actually a much more reliable source of income further down the road. So if your product research software is showing you an opportunity score, something like that, saying this is not the absolute ideal product, that is not a reason not to go after it. So do not overanalyze this. The final reason people struggle to find a product on Amazon is they don't think outside the box. They use the product research software for a day and they're like, well, look, I just can't find anything. I've checked, I've done all the searches on the product research software. That's not really the best way to actually find a product. You have to think outside the box. And the easiest way to do that is literally to go to the marketplace and start clicking buttons. Like set aside 2 or 3 hours, try and get into some sort of flow state with this. Set aside 2 or 3 hours, no distractions, close the door, switch off everything, your phone, etc. Go into the marketplace, start clicking buttons. So what do I mean? I'm here on the marketplace and I've got this is bestsellers in this particular niche. But then click on other stuff, click on nursery, click on Amazon family, click on nappy changing, and then start running Chrome extensions and see how these products are doing. Scroll down and just find anything that seems vaguely interesting and vaguely like something you might see yourself labeling as a product, like this one. What is this? It's a light projector. Okay, well, what do we know about light projectors? Let's go back to the search. Let's type in the main keywords and let's see what pops up. These are Amazon suggested items. So what is this? What's a light projector for a baby? Let's click on it. And without even looking at the listings, I like to summarize everything. So let's go on the Chrome extension and let's see what kind of numbers we get. And let's see what the data is showing. Data showing really good revenue. Let's scroll over. Although the reviews are very, very high, let's scroll down to see if there are sellers doing well with lower reviews. And then we can even hover over some of these pictures. And then suddenly we're analyzing a niche we never would have thought of off the top of our head. So you have to kind of think outside the box a little bit, click around the marketplace. And that's really how research is done. And that's how you find products that other people just wouldn't have thought of or come across. Let me give you another example. Let's open one of these listings up. Okay, yeah, very nice listing. Let's scroll down. And then what do we see here? Products related to this item. Let's have a scroll through and see what this is. Okay, similar products. How about this section? More items to explore. Let's see if there's anything interesting there. Or how about this? Let's scroll up. Let's check on this person's own store. So let's click on that. Let's see what else they sell. They sell all sorts of interesting things. Let's click on some of the others and see what they are and see if that might be one for us to actually research further. So you can actually see what other sellers are selling. So do you see what I mean? That's really how product research is done. There's no kind of fixed way. This is how it's done. The appraisal is fixed because you are checking certain criteria and you need to meet that criteria because you want to make sure not only that you can actually sell it on Amazon, but you also want to make sure that it's going to make you enough profit and also it's going to make enough in terms of volume of sales. Profit alone is not good enough if you're just selling 1 unit per week. If you want this to replace your income in a few months down the road or a year down the road, then you need to make sure it's doing ideally hundreds of units every single month reliably. And you can analyze that. You don't have to take your own word for it or mine. You can look at the existing listings, check their sales graphs and see how their sales have been doing over the last few months. So I hope that helps. If you have any questions, just comment below. Thanks very much.